Hey there, this is Gaurav. Welcome back with another video of the series Learn JavaScript from Scratch. So today we will be learning about truthy and falsy value. So are you ready? Without wasting any further time, let's jump right in. So now we have to understand what are the truthy and falsy values are there in JavaScript. Because going forward you will write many conditions, right? Based on that you will write some logic. So you should know when you are getting truthy values, when you are getting falsy values, and what do we mean by this truthy and falsy values actually. So let us first understand the meaning of truthy and falsy value. By looking at the name you can understand like truthy values are those which are considered as true or true value. True is nothing but Boolean, right? In the same way, falsy values are those which are considered as false, as simple as that. So let's say you are writing a condition and that condition will convert it to a Boolean value, that is true. Then we can call that this is what giving you truthy value. In the same way, if it will convert it into false, we can call it as falsy value. So in Boolean we have true and false. These are nothing but truthy and falsy value. Now we have to understand what are the falsy value and truthy values are there in JavaScript. So if I talk about falsy values first in JavaScript, then we have first of all undefined. Undefined is considered as false or falsy value. The same way we have zero, then null, then nan, that is not a number, and then we have empty string. So these 5 values are considered as false or falsy values in JavaScript. So if you write these values, you will definitely get false. Then what are the truthy values we have in JavaScript? So truthy values are almost all the value except this falsy value. So any value other than falsy value are considered as truthy values. So let me show you some of the examples so that you will understand what I am trying to say. So again I am back to JSBeans. So here we will be talking about truthy and falsy values. So let's say I am taking a variable. This variable will give you either truthy or falsy value. The name would be, let's say, truthy or falsy, something like that, so that you can understand this will give you either truthy or falsy value. Okay, so now I am just thinking how can I show it. Yep, so we can think of conditional or ternary operator here again, right? So if I write a conditional or ternary operator, the syntax would be something like this. So we have talked about it a lot. Okay, so now this is where we will be having the condition, and this is where if it is true then I'll be giving you truthy, let's say, and if it is false I'll be giving you falsy. So now this is where I will write. Okay, and based on that condition, if this will give you true, you will be getting truthy values. If this condition will give you false, you will be getting falsy value. As simple as that. So first let me console it. Perfect. So as I mentioned, we have these 5 values which are considered as falsy value. So let us start with undefined. So how I can prove it? This is a falsy value. So if this part will execute, then definitely it's a falsy value because it will give you false. Let me run it. See, we are getting falsy. That means undefined is considered as false or falsy value in JavaScript. So let me write the other one, that is something like null. Again I will be getting falsy value. So we have something like, let's say, 0. So if I write 0, there's a number, again I'm getting falsy value. So if I write something like, let's say, empty string, okay, without any character, let's check, we are getting again falsy value. So these all are the falsy value. This will give you false. So there is one more. If I write nan, that's not a number, let's check, we'll be getting falsy value. Okay, but if I write any number, let's say I'm writing something like 2, or if I write any string, let's say, you can see we are getting truthy value, right? Because now this part is executing. So if I write something, let's say some string, hey, whatever it is, again we'll be getting truthy value. Think about it. If I write something like negative number, then what happened? Think about it. Are we getting truthy or falsy value? Again we'll be getting truthy value, because any number which is non-zero are considered as truthy value. But if you write any condition over here, I mean something like using some logical operators or comparison operators, something like this. Definitely this will convert either true or false, right? If it is converting into true, then it will give you true the value. If it is false, then false the value. As simple as that. So I hope now you have understood like when you can get true the values and when you can get false the values. Okay, this is very important. So whenever you will write any condition, let's say going forward we'll learn about if loop, for loop and so many things. So this is where you should know when this is converting in true the or false the value, right? Based on that your logic will be executed. So now if you will get something like undefined, null, 0, empty string, something like that, then you should know that this is what will return false value. Okay. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Take care. Tata. Bye bye.